Welcome to Sage Circle. I'm Amythyst. Welcome all subscribers and anybody that's not a subscriber that is watching. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing channeled messages for the strawberry full moon or the Capricorn full moon for the 24th of June 2021. I have pulled out minimal decks. I usually have a whole array of decks. I have pulled out 6 decks, but 2 of them I may or may not use yet because Spirit is trying to strip me back to that more organic, raw, sort of natural element opposed to having a multitude of decks out. They want me to just use a few less decks lately and go from there. So I'm just shuffling. So as I do with every full moon, tap wood for good luck, I have pulled out my channeled messages, my channeled moon messages deck. So and a couple of others. I've got another deck out that I've made as well. So I've got 3 moonology cards up here for afterwards, just at the end, to see what happens, to see what the tie off end to do with the reading is. And it's quite lucky. It's quite an auspicious moon. There could be a lot of luck and fortune and things like that involved. Prosperity isn't so much a word, but luck and fortune and favorable outcomes is sort of right in what we're dealing with right now. So I do have channeled messages as always. I do not use WhatsApp. If anybody's mimicking myself on my channel, please report to YouTube and myself. The details for me are in the description box. Thank you for everyone who has made a booking or has given a donation to my channel. I'm grateful. And also shout out to my soul family, Vicky D'Souza at Angel Heart Reading. She's a really good reader, good with tarot, good with energy, good with mediumship. Shout out Vicky, love you. And also to Chris Firestone at SilverWolf Tarot 1111. Chris is a really good reader with tarot as well and doesn't mess about. Chris sort of is quite on the knocker with things that have come through when Chris does a reading. So I'm very happy about that because it's held true to me. And Chris is also, of late, Chris and I have become engaged. We live in separate countries at this point in time in our life, but we are still madly in love with each other. So shout out, babe. Okay, so what else would I want to say? Okay, so I've written down a couple of messages that I think would be prevalent to this particular full moon, and then we'll get into the cards. All right, so this full moon, like as I said, it's the strawberry full moon or the Capricorn full moon, particularly the strawberry full moon, more so because it's the end of a spring season, depending on where you live, and that was when the strawberries were starting to grow and come into fruition, things like that. So it's also could technically be the last full moon of spring, even though we've just had the summer solstice overseas and the winter solstice here in Australia. So it can be energetically charged, this particular moon, to do with the summer and winter solstice as well, okay? So this moon is about success and good fortune and being optimistic. There's a level of spirituality going on here. It's good for spirituality. There's a lot of generosity when it comes to this energy with this particular moon. And it's also about your personal drive and honesty and being honest with yourself about what you do not need or want in your life and being honest with others without being cutthroat about it, you know? Again, the home and family element have come up, and I've said again because my recent reading that I did about the Cancer season does tie in with some energy to do with this particular moon, and I wouldn't say surprisingly because things just happen that way, but it's nice to know that there is a confirmation with that, I suppose. So it's about being close to your family and really zooming in on time with your family and your loved ones, and ensuring that the friendships and things you do have in your life are what they should be at this time. If work needs to be done, you need to work on that. If there's people in your life that you really do need to be stepping away from, whether it's work relationships or other, now's the time to really hone in on that in yourself. And it's about bringing balance into the opposites to do with your private life. So it could be your work and home life or your home and family life, etc. And it's really important to find that balance within yourself. Not so much expect others around you to find that balance and to bring that level of balance in. It's you've got to find that center and that balance within yourself, and other things will flow better for you. So there could be some conflicts with relationships if things aren't dealt with that are swirling around within individuals, and it could be a level of energy being depleted here with this particular full moon. You could just feel exhausted. There could be some inner battles, as I've said, and they need to be worked through or fixed up. There could be high levels of intuition across the board for everybody at this time. And it's really important to pass what's holding you back in your intimate situations and eradicate disharmony before someone or something, like a situation, blows up for no real reason, honestly, apart from miscommunication. It could be a tone of voice. It could be a suggestive, questioning and things like that could really throw somebody off, and there could be a falling out. So just be mindful of that. There is lots of fortune and happiness and a solid family life, however, and people need to be willing to be open and to share their feelings and to listen in return from that. And it's a really good moon to get social. It's a really fantastic time to push your online businesses or your businesses in general to capture bigger audiences like subscribers and things like that. And it's a really good time to have some sort of travel and education. And there is lots of lovey-dovey romantic stuff going on with this particular moon. It's about wanting to snuggle down with your partner and things like that if you are in a committed relationship of any sort. Also, I'm getting told that if you're single, that you need to just spend that love and time on yourself, or maybe it's time to jump on a dating app and go get some, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, just had a drink, a cup of tea. But yeah, no, it's about honoring self as well and coming from that real I love myself sort of energy. Like, I'm in love with myself, I'm grateful that I've come this far and all of this and that. Like, it's about working on yourself, your inner as well. So that's good, but do be mindful of the conflicts. Okay, so I'm going to start with my channeled moon messages. Let's see what comes out already. 4 have flicked out. Let's see. We've got offering, creatures, okay, grandfather son, masculine energy going on here, and stillness. Right, okay, just give me a sec. Okay, so what Spirit's saying is it's a really good time. Like, I've got the bullets up here, so it's a really good time to make an offer of some sorts. Like, if you want to do a collaboration with somebody with work, or if you want to do something to propel your business and get out into the limelight somehow, it's a really good time to have that level of offering. Also, if you go to Buddhist temples or you have deities that you work with around the moon or things like that, it's a really good time to make an offering to the gods or the deities or whoever you work with. It could be the trees for all I know. It's a really good time to have that level of offering. The other meaning for this is that you could be getting offered, somebody could be offering you something. It could be taking relationships to the next level. It could even just be offering to go out with some mates for dinner and drinks, that type of offering. Again, this is a really good social time with close loved family and friends and intimate relationships. So when it says creatures, that means to me that there's a lot of animals involved with your energy at this time, and your totem animals, and you might need to take a notice of what you're seeing around you. My partner at the moment's been seeing lots of feathers, and we had a talk about that earlier, and what that means for Chris, so creatures doesn't just have to be an animal scurrying up the road or sitting in a tree. Like, for Chris it was feathers, so you may need to keep your eye on that. It could be ladybugs, it could be something really small. It could be ladybugs, it could be crickets, it could be fish that you keep seeing, could be seeing koi on signs or symbols everywhere you go. Whatever that animal element is to you, that's that creatures card, and you need to really pull in on and listen to what they're trying to tell you and give you messages for at this time, because you will have an aha moment, I think. Also, we've got grandfather son, and that is that Amun-Ra element, or that masculine energy. And I'm getting told, for those of you that can go and recharge and energize to do with the sun, you need to do it. I'm also getting told it's not a silly thing to do to grab a jar, because when the moon hits and things, we like to do moon water and put things out and certain crystals and do bits and pieces. But I'm getting told by grandfather son, by the Amun-Ra element, that people need to put a jar outside with nothing in it except the sun rays to capture that heat and that warmth in the sun and bring it in and use that energy. Like, you can charge money in that jar, you can charge crystals in that jar, you know what I mean? You can do things like that. So to really pull on that space at the time, if you have that sun element. If you're not in an environment where you have the sun, grandfather sun is just asking for people to actually have that balance that I talked about earlier, having balanced home, work life, or what have you, to really bring that balance in and have that level of masculine and feminine energy come into your space at this time. And then I've got stillness. So what this means is that you need to come from that space within yourself. And I did say to you about creating harmony and having a better balance, and not necessarily expecting those around you to come forward and help bring that equilibrium, but you need to bring it from within yourself. And that's exactly what this card means. It comes from a space of stillness from within. Wow. What other cards do I have here? I'm getting told to pull out a couple more of those. I certainly can. Cool, cool. Can I have a couple more, please? Oh, so just so you know, the moon is female, grandmother moon, right? We've got energy, so energy doesn't lie anyway. We've got cook. I'm getting told to shuffle. Move. Stars. And look, grandmother moon's come up. Wow. Okay. Give me a minute. One's dropped on the floor. Can you just give me a sec? I'm just trying to fix these up. What's this one on the floor here say? Feather. We just talked about feathers, guys. Interesting. You might want to be able to use that feather. You might want to be able to incorporate feathers if you find them, or you might just decide now that from this reading, oh, I'm going to go buy some feathers or what have you, and make yourself a little tool to help fan when you do smudging and things like that. If you can't actually get access to an ethically sourced wing, for example, yeah, but this is just a message. This could also mean angels are on your side. This could mean your spirit family. This could mean your guides. This could mean a number of different things, but there you go. We've got a lot of guidance and protection going on, and that feather element is there. So, okay, so the first card come up, that was energy. So energy doesn't lie, and I'm getting told that this is a really good moon, again, to make those offerings, to have that energy put into what you really need to get balance in at this time in your life, and to make sure that you're harmonious in your love and relationships, and what you wanted to say to people, you need to be open to receive that same level of conversation back, because we all vibe on different vibrations in our lives, and sometimes there's misunderstandings. The next card says cook. Now this could mean cooking up a storm when it comes to your businesses and making those offerings and getting stuck into your study and things. You could literally just be stirring the pot, cooking up a concoction, almost like a magical element, and you could just be cooking what you need to ingest to propel what you're working on, what you're studying on, or what have you. But it could also mean that you need to eat better, or it also could mean that you might need to get the family together and have a cook up and just have a catch up with your loved ones and your friends at this time, to do with this moon. Move. Now move means obviously movement. So you could be moving into a new home. You could be moving your room around. You could be moving to a different area of the house. You could be moving to a new school, for example, and Spirit's saying that it's okay at this time to have that move and just relax. If you really don't know which ways to step once this falls into place, the move, Spirit's saying that is okay, because Spirit has your back, and there's guidance here, there's feather, so not to be concerned. Okay, cook up a storm, put that energy into what you need from that. All right, I'm also getting told that those people that are feeling lethargic and sluggish, it is time to get up and move. Just move, whether you're walking around the backyard for 20 minutes on a phone call, pacing up and down the yard and things like that, or going for a brief walk up to the shops and stuff. It's really important to have movement, to get out and get your blood pumping through your system at this time, because it's a really good energy associated with this moon. Now the stars, so that speaks for itself. Now if you can actually go out to the sky in the evening and see the stars, that's a really good thing you can do, and you can pull on the energy to do with this moon and picture that star energy coming down into your auric field, down into your chakra systems, down into your prana tube, or whatever you want to do, and use that energy to propel you with other things going on in your life. I'm also getting told that you need to reach for the stars. So if somebody is sitting on the fence with not knowing which way to turn when it comes to career or finances or a relationship, reach for the stars. Go your hardest in the most gentlest of ways. Go that full capacity, and Spirit will catch you. You're not going to go through a position right now where you're going to fall flat in your face or feel embarrassed or something like that. Okay, like this is a message that Spirit's got your back. Grandmother Moon is saying that she wants to give everybody love and care at this time, and considering how rough the year started off for a lot of people still going through a COVID scenario and things, she's saying that she's sending waves and waves of love. I'm also getting told by her that people might see flickers of blue or translucent or whatever light just in your peripheral vision. That is the energy from Grandmother Moon, because it's actually coming through the whole planetary energy, as if it's like a laser beam, not negative, but like a laser beam, and it's just sort of going past and through everybody and everything, all living creatures, everything, houses, hard things like this is wood, like every part of the earth is going to have this shining light go through there because of Grandmother Moon. So I'm getting told there is some real massive planetary alignment changements coming up in the next couple of months, and at this time I don't know what that is. You girls or guys that get into that stuff might know. And then there was the feather card. So that's just beautiful. I'm getting told to do some moonology right now. This is actually a really nice, gentle reading, but do be mindful of miscommunication, misunderstandings, tone of voices, and things like that at this time, because you don't want to have a falling out for no reason. Now we've got bring love into the situation, new moon and Aquarius. That's so beautiful. Yeah, this is about loved up times. And if you are single and you do have somebody, an eye on somebody, there's no reason why you can't extend the olive branch, reach for the stars and say, hey, you want to go grab a coffee? You know, that might work out for you. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Now both these cards have purple in them, so that says to me that there's a third eye in the crown going on, and we've got look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So just give me a minute here. No, I'm getting told to pull one more. And then we've got a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. I just said about romance. There's that purpley situation going on there again. Okay, so what does this mean, Spirit? Okay, so bring love into the situation. Even if you're not in a situation, you're happily single, have no inhibition to go and have a romantic relationship with somebody, that is fine. But whatever's going on in your life right now, you need to use the energy from this moon to bring that love into your situation, whether it's a breakdown in communication with family, or whether you're just beating up yourself emotionally because you've put on a bit of weight, or whatever your situation is. You need to bring love into the situation, because you need to come from that love space, and you need to fill your own cup at this time energetically. Again, you need to seek that balance, okay? And it says adjustments are required, and I think that covers what I've just said, regardless of whether it's moving house, starting a new job, you know, being pissed off in the job you're in. There's some adjustments that need to be made, and you need to use that energy, make those offerings, you know, step out of your comfort zone and offer people a collaboration, for example, or, you know, somebody might be making you an offer, or maybe apply for new work if that's your situation. But something needs to be adjusted in order for you to get what you need, basically. And we've got look at the bigger picture. So yeah, there's some things maybe hidden at this time that you're not aware of, and that doesn't mean bad or negative in any way. It just means that there's some things that will soon be revealed. So really hone in on friendships. If you're uncomfortable with somebody's behavior, or something feels off with a person you've been friends with, and you could have been friends with them for a period of time now, but something is not right, Spirit's saying you need to make some adjustments from that, because you need to look at the bigger picture. Things are changing for you. And then it says a new romantic cycle begins. So for those of you obviously that are in a romantic situation, well, good, that's great. But at the same time, if romance isn't about this reading for you in any way, shape or form, you do need to again have love for yourself. Bring love into your own situation at this time, because that will help you meet your goals and get to where you need. Okay, I'm getting told to grab this deck, not the one I actually had. This is, I love this little deck, the Earth Wisdom deck. Woohoo! And I've also got the Gypsy Oracle cards as well, which I was grabbed, but Spirit said no, these ones. Okay, so we've got Divine Protection. Whoa. So that speaks for itself. That feather card come up. So whatever decisions you've got to make at the moment, or whatever you're going through in your life, you are divinely protected, okay? If you're having a falling out with people, or you want to move house, or you whatever, things will get better for you. You've got healing grief. So that speaks for itself. You need to bring love into the situation. There's messages here. There's the bird there. There's feathers, okay? So ours are about wisdom, and we've got shadow treasures. Wow. So, okay. I was wondering if shadow was going to come up. I was in the kitchen making a cup of tea before I come out here to do this, and I thought, I wonder if shadow is going to come up when we've got awareness. Okay. So what's going on here with the shadow treasure? What Spirit is saying is that if you've got a bit of shadow that, look, there's that blue color from the moon. Look at the moon on the card. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Spirit, for that synchronicity. Wow. Blows my mind, guys. I've been doing this a long time now, and that stuff like this still blows my mind and keeps me grounded and humble. Thank you, Spirit, so much. Yeah. Okay. So if you've got a bit of shadow that you need to still work on, or it's coming up around other people in your life and it's affecting you somehow, you still need to have that treasure element for it. You need to still come from that space that, okay, well, even though shadow is shit at times, you've learned some really what's the word, not valid, I can't think of the word. Anyway, you've learned some really valid lessons from that, but you still might have a little bit you need to push through. And Spirit's saying, put yourself out under this full moon. If you can go outside under this full moon, even if you wake up really early in the morning or whenever it's the best time for you, Spirit's saying that you need to get out there and do that, because that'll help shift that feeling of shadow off you. And it could just be a residue. You just could be thinking, oh, feeling a bit yuck or a bit off somehow, and that's why. And the other card said working through grief, so or healing grief. So what you need to do is make sure that any grievances you have with people in your life or past relationships, that they are really truly worked on at this time, so it doesn't affect what else is going on in your life at the moment. Okay, I did say earlier about communicating clearly, and we've got practical intuition. Yeah, and there's a full moon in the background here. There's a little rabbit there. Luck. It's about fortune and luck. So practical intuition. Just follow your gut at this time. And I did say out of the little channeled messages I've written down in the book that across the board, people's levels of intuition are going to be off the chart at the moment and increase quite high for everybody in general. Okay, so that's just a confirmation for that. Just listen to your gut. What else have I got here? Divine connection. Okay, now this doesn't have to be a romantic situation, but what Spirit is saying to you is that you are, regardless, either way, connected to the divine. You are that link to Spirit from your own life. There's nobody else around you that links you to Spirit. They might enhance and amplify your connection to Spirit with their energy and what you work with and what you do around you, surrounding certain people, but you are your divine link to Spirit. Nobody has that exact link to Source the way you do, and as with everybody else is the same. I'm also getting told if this is about a relationship, whether it's platonic, intimate, romantic, or other, Spirit is saying this is what you think it is to be, but you need to make sure that you're not coming from an overbearing emotional state and you just get what you need to do. And we've got divine love. Oh wow. And there's another bird there, there's another feather. Okay, so we've got divine love, and this woman's got no shoes on and she's relaxed, laying out in the open. And again, you might need to go out into the open, out under the moon, and collect the energies from that. I did say if you can put a jar or something outside to collect the heat or energy rays associated with the masculine sun energy from a Mun Ra, it would be the perfect time to do that. So luck is on your side. You've got divine love, and again, bring love into the situation. That could be a love of self or love of other people around you. But if you don't feel like you're having that level of fortune necessarily with finances and stuff, this is what Spirit's talking about. Fortune doesn't just come in ways of money. Fortune is lots of other ways. Fortune could be a mindset for you. It could be the way you think about things, your outlook on life. It could be anything, whatever fortune is to you. I was having a drink. Can you hear that hideous noise over in the background? That must be like a digger or something scooping up the ground. Okay, so can I have one more of those, please? Thank you. We've got two. We've got boundaries, okay, and we've got strength. Wow. And a lot of people are outdoors here. Okay. Boundaries and strength. All right, Spirit, come at me, bro. Yeah. Okay, so Spirit's saying, again, set your boundaries. If things in your immediate life aren't how they want to be and you're feeling a little off balance for that, set your boundary within yourself and go, okay, it might be a fine line between what a boundary is or how far you can move your boundary back and forth. A boundary doesn't always have to sit in the same position. I picture it like a line I draw in the sand or something like that, but it doesn't mean that I can't move that boundary closer towards me or further away from me depending on the situation. But you need to have that boundary at this time. And remember, it's all about your balance, okay? If your balance is out of whack in your homework life or your money, romantic life or whatever, you need to bring that into balance. You need to set some boundaries in place for the greater good of yourself. And then we've got strength. So those of you that are feeling tired or will be feeling exhausted or tired from this moon, the strength that you need is coming now, okay? You do have that element of fortune and stuff coming into your life right now. I'm getting told that people need to go maybe do some moon magic for money and prosperity. I'm also getting told that if you're the type of person to buy a lottery ticket, go and do it, one or two lottery tickets or a scratchy ticket or something. I'm getting told that you need to do that. It's a really fortunate time for lots of different people because we're doing a collective here. So you will have money come in, and between now, this full moon and the next full moon, you will have money come in. That is for sure. Even if you don't know how it's going to come in. Now we've got the next card, Milady. This man's sick and stuck in bed. Now that, hang on a minute, sorry. Yeah, Spirit's saying, this is in reference to me saying earlier that you might have low energy or be depleted energetically to do with this moon. And this is Spirit way of saying, just go and have some rest. But this is a really good indication. The curtain's still drawn back and there's a bit of light shining through. So it's, you don't have to shut yourself out from the world, but you just need to have rest when you can, okay? And we've got journey. Yeah, this is all a journey for everyone that we've got going on here. So this moon will really help propel forward your career and your relationships at this time. And it might feel like a whirlwind romance for you, or some sort of a journey, or you might be traveling or going on a journey. So Spirit's saying just to be humble in that approach. Look, there's the ocean in the background, like there's a lot of emotion and stuff involved with whatever you've got going on in your life, whether it's with yourself or others. We've got 3 more of these. We've got soldier, yeah, fortune, okay, there's your fortune as I said, and the other one is faithfulness. Wow, okay. So soldier, this is a reminder for people that go through a lot of a mental and emotional headspace. It could be air signs, it couldn't be any sign really, but that's what I think of this soldier card sometimes, that a person that has to push through boundaries and barriers and, you know, fight wars and things within their mental and emotional state that the other world, or the rest of the world I should say, can't necessarily see sometimes. And what Spirit's saying is that you need to give yourself a break. You don't have to be armed for battle, or even in the back of your mind 24/7. Just switch gears now. There is that fortunate element coming in for you. I did say money. There's tickets. She's got notes pouring out of her hand. I mean, let's celebrate yeehaw, titties out. She's got her boobs out or whatever. So, but you know, she's blindfolded. So she is having faith, and that's what I said about reaching for the stars. That's what that star card was about. Like, even if you don't know what the end result will be, reach for that stars, because it's quite a fortunate time for you. And we've got faithfulness, so that could be faithful to yourself or faithful to other people. There is just a level of faithfulness going on. Now that mightn't mean anything to you to do it at this time, but you might go and have some time with your friends between this full moon and the next full moon energy, and you might just walk away from that and go, you know what, I love my friends, they're fucking solid people, or what have you. And that's what could be faithfulness for you. Okay, can I have just 2 or 3 more of that? Thank you. 2 or 3 more of those. We've got sweetheart. There's definitely love in the air. Waiting. Yeah, feels that way, doesn't it? Oops, and we've got pleasure seekers. Beautiful. And there's 3 people on this card, okay, and they're young boys. So you know yourself, young boys are mischievous and stuff like that, so maybe you just need to have that playful energy. That is the masculine energy that's come up again from that sun energy. But I'm not surprised, we've just had the summer solstice for a big portion around the world. Sweetheart, so you could have somebody on your mind. This woman's sort of holding a letter in her hand and reading it, so she's reminiscing about the relationship that she's in, or that she's got in her life, whether it's romantic or other. Technically that card is about romance. So, and waiting, so you could be waiting for your ships to come in, you could be waiting for a change in your relationship. I think there could be people propelling and progressing in their romantic life at this time. If that doesn't make sense to you in any way, shape or form, just disregard it. But I am getting told that you need to have that playful attitude, that the pleasure seekers, go out with your friends, go to a concert if you can, go to a festival, go to a cafe, go to a jazz band or whatever. Do something that you need to do for you to have that level of pleasure, and go be with your people at this time, okay? Wow. So I've got my own, another little deck here that I've just got some channeled messages on. This is a bit of a weird deck, and I'm a weird person, so for me to say it's a bit of an odd deck, it's interesting. Whoops, one's flipped across the floor. What is it? I can pick it up. Shimmy, baby. Shimmy, shimmy. All right. Can I have another couple? Thanks. We've got top hat and slippers. Just give me a minute. Can I have one more? Thanks. Oops. And we've got musical DNA. Okay. So what shimmy means is it's time to get your shimmy on, whether it's in your business, in your private life. You know, you might want to have your friends over and say, right, let's all wear black tie event outfits, let's all wear ball gowns, or let's all do something and sit around and eat cupcakes and shit like that. Like, just do something really out of the ordinary. It's time to get your shimmy on. It's time to feel glorious. It's time to feel good. It's time to lift up your energy and perk your auric field, basically, and have that shimmy element, as in fabulous and flawless. We've got top hat and slippers, so that could almost mean, since they've both come out together, that could be the same thing. That was more feminine, I suppose, and this is more masculine, but that could be the same thing. You might want to sit around the house in your top hat and your slippers, literally. But no, that's not what the card's about. That card's about is having a really solid mental outlook. It's about really coming from that headspace, knowing that you're doing the best you can, and this is a confirmation that you're doing the best you can. This is about you knowing that you're at that top capacity of where you are in your field or on your journey, on your path, in your relationships. You're doing the best you can. And then slippers is that real grounding element but we're still rooted and grounded in the earth at this time. And this is just a confirmation from everyone, okay? From everyone, I should say, from spirit. Yeah, can I have another one of these? We've got stone rock. So this is about being grounded. I just said about being grounded with the slipper element of that other card. So stone rock could literally mean that you need to go and find some stones or collect some stones at this time. This could mean that you need to be using or working with certain crystals. This could mean that you might need to go down the beach and just put your toes in the little rock pools and things like that. But it's also a level of being grounded. You are somebody's rock, or you are somebody's rock to their stone, or you are somebody's stone to their rock, or vice versa. Or this could just be yourself. This is just a reminder that you do have your own back, and spirit is aware that what you're doing at this time, and you are supported, and to remain grounded. Next card says shit show. And that's exactly what we don't want to happen with a communication breakdown with this moon, okay? We do not want a breakdown in communication, otherwise it'll be a shit show. Look what just flicked out. Long distance relationship. So if you're in a long distance relationship, I made these cards months ago. If you're in a long distance relationship, this is a message from spirit to really have that level of communication open and clear. All right, we've got feather theory. There's the feather again, okay? This card literally means that spirit is on your side. Spirit is guiding you. You may find feathers around you. You might be seeing different types of feathers. You might see really exotic birds come up on your social media feed or something now all of a sudden. And, you know, that's just a message that the angels, the angelic realms are with you at this time and guiding what you've got going on in your life, whether it's a long distance relationship or other. And we've got energy doesn't lie. So you need to be really, really clear with your energy you're putting out to somebody at this time, whether it's more than one person or not, okay? Just be very selective with how you approach, okay? We've got shamanic. Did you hear that noise at the other end of my house? That's interesting. Okay, so we've got nobody's home. It's just me in the house. Fuck, I hate it when this shit happens. There's a really bad spirit in this house, and he really actually plays up a fair bit in the winter. Okay, so we've got shamanic. So you might need a shamanic healing, or you might be a shamanic witch. Shout out to myself. I'm a shamanic witch. You might need to just listen to some shamanic music. You might have a singing bowl. You might have a drum of some description. Spirit is saying come from that primitive, primal, ancestral link to self and to whatever else is going on in your life, and really bring that energy swirling up through your system at this time. All right, give yourself a bit of a shamanic healing. And can I just have one or two more, please? Oh, power numbers. Okay, so keep your eye out for numbers. Now, this could mean that you have special numbers that you like to do lotto plays with or something like that. Use them right now. This is the time to use your numbers to try and win some money. And I'm also getting told to keep your eye out for numbers, because you're going to be getting numbers all around you, and there's messages in amongst them all. And we've got dark side of the room. So what spirit is saying is that if you've got some shadow, and this is the second time shadows come up, if you've got some shadow stuff going on within you, you need to really pull that out of that space that you've got going on in your life right now, because as Grandmother Moon is going to be blasting the whole planet with that beautiful blue healing light, okay? And that's interesting because that card come up with a blue light on it. So if you've got some stuff sitting there that you thought you had worked on, now's the time. I've got two cards here. We've got personal power, chrysocolite, bear and eagle. Beautiful. So you might need to connect with bear and eagle. And I did say before about the creatures card, and we've got sheen, obsidian, snake, and transformation. So there is another animal that's come up. And I'll tell you, not all of these cards in this deck have animals. So you might need to be honouring the transformation that you're going with at the moment. Look, that snake's got its own tail in its mouth, you know what I mean? So you might need to remove that snake's tail out of your mouth. Literally, you might remove that out of your mouth so you can help yourself grow if you're blocking your own growth. Personal power. Oops, we've got another one here. Step into your personal power. So we have unconditional love, Mother Mary and Diamond. Oh, beautiful. The moon, this moon energy is so fabulous. It's so fabulous. There you go. Mother Mary is with you. Beautiful. And unconditional love. And it's a number 33 on that card. Where there you go, which is a power number. So that speaks for itself. Can I just have one more of those, please? Thank you. And we've got Divine Feminine, Black Moonstone, and the Moon card. Well, there you go. There is that yin and yang picture on the card. I am personally Divine Feminine, and Spirit is saying, as I mentioned earlier, it's about getting that balance in your life, but not assuming or needing other people around you to help you bring in that balance. You are at that core of yourself, and you need to bring in that balance for yourself, and then other things will sort of help and flow into balance. That's beautiful. You might need to do masculine and feminine a balancing tune up at this time. You know what, there's one of these other pink cards on the floor. It says sea change. So maybe it's time for a change, and whether you're moving house or you're going away on a holiday, and I did say go down to the beach if you can or what have you, this could more so mean sea changes in change your outlook, okay? See how things haven't worked for you in the past and get change from that. We've got crystal blessings, the cathedral light berry crystal, and it's grandmother crystal diva. Wow, look at this woman. Imagine what she could say. 8, there you go, 8's an infinity. And we've got 2 more in my hand. We've got self-expression, water, the Larimar crystal. Wow. Look at the elephants down there. Family and love, right? So you need to be creative. I did say you need to speak to people with your honesty and be also open to receive what they have to give back on an honest mindset. And we have self-mastery, topaz, and we've got spider. Okay? So there's a fair few animals floating around. Spider come up in my last reading that I did just the other day to do with the Cancer channeled messages, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to pull out... we've got 3 of these to pull out, but Spirit is telling me, I know these sometimes, somebody complained to me just recently and said, oh, your readings go a bit long, and I just thought, well, and I said in the last reading as well, I channel. I can't help that. I'm a channel. I am a channel. As in, oh shit, not as in I'm a YouTube channel. I am a channel to Spirit, and I can't help what comes out. I have to do what's expected of me, and I will just do what's asked by Spirit. So, you know. Okay, the card we've got for you guys is I am in sync with the flow of life. Beautiful. Look, that's Grandmother Moon pouring down that energy. That's what I was saying. She was pouring down that energy with that blue light. It's coming in a wave very soon, the next couple of days. Holy shiz. Actually, can I have one more of those? There's 2 in my hand. Okay. Kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. Yeah, beautiful. And we've got, I bring peace with me wherever I go. There's that stars up in the sky. There's that sun moon element. Grandfather sun come up, grandmother moon card both come out again. There's your yin yang element, there's your balance, divine feminine card come out, so whatever that means to you. Wow. Okay, so the last 3 cards for this channeled reading for this strawberry full moon is this. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, yeah. Your dreams need a practical plan. That makes sense with one of the cards that come up earlier. And expect powerful change. Wow. So just give me a minute. I just want to see what that card was. No, I don't know now. Oops. But yeah, so that really makes sense. So we've got step out of your comfort zone. Your dreams need a practical plan, and expect powerful change. Yes, I heard you. They've told me I need to pull 3 more of these channeled moon messages. I will, and then the reading's done, guys. So this is really beautiful. Just, you know, it's a really good time to hone in on your family, to work on your relationships. My Cancer channeled reading also says very similar things to here, and I'm going to go back and actually watch that video as well. So we've got flute. Yeah, maybe you need to listen to some music. And the shamanic card come up earlier. Share. Yep. So you need to share how you're feeling with people and be open to receive. Let people treat you somehow as well, okay? If they can, if they're at capacity, whether that's mental, emotional, as a gift or other. Can I have the last card for the channeled messages for the strawberry moon for June 2021, please, Spirit? And we've got Mother Earth. Wow. So that is just a reminder to stay in your power. The stone rock card come up as well before, you know, and the top hat and slippers card come out today, and so it's just about remaining in your mental and emotional power, as well as remaining grounded and feeling like things aren't spiraling out of control. If there's a miscommunication, jump on it quicker than what it came. Okay, so much love. Blessed are the witches. Like, share, subscribe. I do have a YouTube channel, this one obviously, as well as a Facebook group also called Sage Circle, and I also am in partnership with a girlfriend of mine, a good friend of mine who lives in Sydney, Australia, and we have a YouTube channel also called Witches of Xanadu. So peace out, much love, happy full moon.